Don't blink. December 5th, you will see all that you've been asking from me. I'm over here coming to put the biggest fights, the hardest fights, still looking to fight the biggest names. So hopefully they'll stop ducking me. All those so-called big names. So after I take care of this, handle business, get my throne back, I want those big names to come to me. I'm not gonna be asking for nobody. Come to me. Come to Papa.
From MMA Island. Christopher Santiago of MMA Island. Today I'm talking to a BKFC legend, the former two division champion, and the king of the streets, Luis Palomino, ahead of his rematch against Austin Trout on December 5th. Luis, how's it going today, man?
Good, doing great. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for taking the time today. I really appreciate it. I guess what have you been up to since your last one in March? I hope fight camp going good.
Grinding, grinding, working, sacrificing, doing everything a champ needs to do to reclaim his throne.
Awesome, man. I guess when they brought you this idea of this lightweight tournament, because I feel like we don't see too much tournaments in combat sports nowadays, especially at the highest level. What was your initial reaction to them making the tournament and them putting you in it?
Very unhappy. Very unhappy for the simple fact that I never lost the title. I vacated to defend, I pushed myself to another limit, to show more to the company, to make more money. And I came back down to reclaim my throne, and now all of a sudden I'm caught up in the tournament. So I wasn't very happy about it, to be honest with you, because the simple fact is that my last fight with HD, where I got the King of the Streets title, is not technically my seventh world title defense that should be. And my rematch against Trout, who is 100% an easy top contender for anybody at 155, it's not my eighth world title defense. And when I finish him and I go and fight Tanaglia, it's not going to be my ninth world title defense. So for that reason, I wasn't very happy about it, to be honest with you.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. You fought Austin February of last year. What can you tell me about how that fight went? And I guess what can you take away from that experience fighting Austin?
Man, look, it was a good fight on his end, on his behalf. He did everything that he was supposed to do. I let him set up the jab. I let him set up the pace. I got started too late. I did too little, too late, and it just was not my night. You know what I mean? I think he did everything that he needed to do right, and I did everything that I needed to do wrong. December 5th is a whole nother story.
Where does Austin Trout rank out of all the opponents that you face in your career? Because you fought some really like big legends in the game, big names, man. I guess where does Austin Trout rank among the opponents you face in MMA and BKFC?
That's a good question. It's kind of hard to compare somebody from only boxing world to MMA. I've definitely faced bigger, tougher, stronger opponents in MMA, more dangerous opponents in MMA. And in bare knuckle boxing, because of the credentials that he came in with, the former WBA, the former WBO world champion, having fought the likes of Canelo and so and so, it puts him in a different spot. But overall, I would put him 6, 7 out of 10.
How would you describe your like I guess relationship and or like between you guys? I imagine that there's a lot of respect between you guys.
100%, man. Look, Trout is like me. He's not a big talker. He's not a big mouth person. He's not disrespectful. He's an athlete. He's a professional. He carries himself like one, like a champion. If I had to lose the belt to anybody, I'm glad it was him.
What sounds better to you, Luis? Getting the Avenger only lost to Trout or winning the tournament and recapturing your lightweight title?
Put them both in one. That's it right there. Put them both in one. They both count as one. That's what I'm aiming at.
Awesome. And not to look past Austin in any way, but I did want to get your thoughts on Franco Tignaglia versus Ben Bonner. Did you manage to catch that fight?
Yeah, I've definitely watched it. I mean, I saw Bonner running backwards the entire night. He did a lot of running after all the talking he was doing. I guess when he faced another heavy hitter like himself, another heavy hitter with like that tenacity and that aggressiveness, that he's normally given to people, it bounced back on him. And Tenaglia showed why he was the better man.
Did you think Franco did enough to beat Ben that night? Because I talked to Austin and he thought that Ben won that fight.
Nah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. No, Tenaglia won that fight. Come on, man. Tenaglia was on pressuring the entire time. What fight was Trout watching? No, Tenaglia was on doing all the pressure.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was a split decision. So like, I think some people could, uh, see it the other way. But yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. Obviously, I feel like the next fight's always the biggest one. But do you feel like this is the most important fight of your career, Luis?
definitely, definitely. This is the fight that rewrites history for me. This is the fight that brings me back my credibility that I am the number one pound for pound fighter and champion in the organization. We've already said it, it's all in the simple numbers, right? 9-time world champion, and I get to avenge my loss. Once I avenge this loss, it's like I'm undefeated all over again.
And you've done so much in the squared circle, man. I mean, you've racked up so many wins and so many great performances, so many title wins as well. Did you hear that David Feldman's thinking about bringing a BKFC Hall of Fame next year?
Say it again.
So David Feldman told me that he's going to bring a BKFC Hall of Fame next year. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's dope. I think it's time. Yes, that'd be great. I know I'm on there.
Yeah, I guess what would that mean to you to like I feel like you would be among the first to get inducted and it's cool because you're not even retired yet. I guess how cool would that achievement be for you?
That'd be great, man. It'd be a beautiful thing to do for the fighters, not just myself, but for all fighters that have been putting in work, that have been building this company from the ground up. We're here, we're still doing it. And I mean, it'd be a great thing. Look, those type of things are the type of things that fighters like me we fight for. We fight for that recognition, we fight for that respect. And I think that's a beautiful thing that David Feldman is doing.
Are you still enjoying the journey?
The journey, one definitely. This is it. The journey is it. It's not so much as where your head is the journey getting there. You have to enjoy every single day, and I have the right partner, and I can't enjoy it any more than when I look at the happiness on her face every time I accomplish another win.
What can you tell me about this training camp? Anything different than the previous ones that you've had in the past?
Yeah, well, this training camp, like the camp or from my last fight with HD, has been a huge change, a huge change as far as I changed my entire team. I'm with Boxer Gym now, Coach Maha, Coach Mateo, Coach Wolf, and it's a whole team. The sparring partners have been out of control. The sparring partners have been like, out of control. The level of the sparring partners have been crazy. I sparred with a two-time Olympian, and Ermal's 22 and 0 now with 10 WC title defenses. He just won last weekend. My other guy, the two-time Olympian, is fighting for the Intercontinental title this weekend, both undefeated professionals. And I've been sparring with like some real high level guys over there at Boxer. People, that come to Florida and they seem to gravitate to Boxer gym. It's not I used to train like an MMA gym. This is an all boxing gym, and I've gotten the opportunity to train along real high level, like David Benavides, like being able to train with his father for a little bit, to listening to his guidance, to Benavides' guidance, watching him train. We as fighters, we learn a lot from here, from watching. Not only from what our coaches tell us. So the environment really molds you and firms. So for this camp, you can expect, like you saw in the HD fight, a whole brand new baboon.
Mm. And you're a championship fighter. Obviously you're prepared for to go to 5 rounds, but do you think this fight makes it the distance?
The way that I'm coming, I'm hunting. I'm hunting. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Last fight I did a little too much talking. This fight I have a lot more work to do than talking. All I can tell you is do not blink, do not go to the bathroom because I'm gonna bring a pace.
Awesome, Luis. Well, that's all the questions I had for you today, man. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching?
Don't blink. December 5th, you will see all that you've been asking from me. I'm over here coming to put the biggest fights, the hardest fights, still looking to fight the biggest names. So hopefully they'll stop ducking me. All those so-called big names. So after I take care of this, handle business, get my throne back, I want those big names to come to me. I'm not gonna be asking for nobody. Come to me. Come to Papa.